question, but you're able to access them completely privately because we sort of play the middleman for you. So we go out there, we say, hey, Google, give us everything you have on Egypt. And then Google comes back and says, well, who are you? And all they see is, oh, it's an anonymous start page server. I have no idea who that is. So I can't censor the information or put it in a filter bubble or tie it in with your previous searches to market to you. I guess I'm just going to have to give you the information on Egypt. What do you know? And so then we turn around and we take that information, we strip away all the tracking cookies, all of the invasive technologies that Google associates with that, and we serve it to you clean. And then on the fly, we immediately erase the fact that you were ever even there. In fact, we don't just erase it, we never record it in the first place. So when you land on our servers, instead of us putting down your IP address, we put zeros. So there's literally no record of you being there. What's even cooler, though, is that you said that you found this police grab cell phone data with a start page search, and the first link was to ABC News. Well, if you click that, whether you get there from start page or Google or wherever, if you click that link, now ABC News is making a direct connection with your browser and with your computer. They're now in a position to read cookies, place cookies, track you, do whatever it is they want to do. And if they're unscrupulous, or let's say maybe a government agency with an interest in knowing even more about you, they could potentially even put malware or spyware or tracking software on there.
These computers in your house are literally like giant New World Order eyeballs, crystal balls both ways. That's even what they liken it to, because it can predict the future of tracking people looking into your house. Like, I remember telling people 15 years ago, 16 years ago, that cell phones, by federal law, had to be satellite tracked with the local cell towers triangulating them, and that they could dial in and listen to you without a warrant, even when the phone was off. Same thing with OnStar. Now it's all admitted. I mean, they have engineered everything to do this to us. And so, you know, stop the smart meters on your house. You know, disable the geolocating on the phones. Use startpage.com. What are some of the other things, Catherine, because this is really your expertise, we can do other than Start Page to protect ourselves from the eye of Sauron?
Well, and what I was going to say is just on the start page issue, when you get that ABC News result, if you trust ABC News, go ahead and click. I mean, it probably doesn't matter much. But if it's something really sensitive and you don't even want ABC News to know it, then you can use the start page proxy. And so it enables you to not only search privately so nobody's watching all of your searches, but it also allows you to privately figure out what is on all the web pages that you want to visit without anybody seeing you. So that and the encryption, I think it's really fabulous. Other things that people can do is just be a little bit more aware. You know, a lot of apps on just things that you can install on your smartphone, a lot of those apps in the fine print, or even not in the fine print, some of the Eastern European manufacturers of these apps and software designers are really criminals in disguise, and they've built back doors into these apps. So if an app looks a little bit shady, or if you don't really need it, if you don't trust who it's coming from, I certainly would not be installing that onto my phone. We know from Facebook that story that I believe you covered a while back, which was about the guy who for $5 was able to purchase all of those Facebook addresses. I think he got thousands and thousands of people's actual full Facebook accounts, their email addresses, and more. And he was able to do that by purchasing this from some shady Eastern European, block of criminals who had gotten the information by installing bogus apps on people's computers. And so if it looks too good to be true, there's a good chance that it is. That's probably a good rule of thumb. And as far as Start Page goes, you know, the hardest part, Alex, I think for people to break is this habit of giving billions of dollars of free advertising to Google every single day when we just use this throwaway phrase, Google it. You know, just go online and Google this or Google that. And I have to say, it took me a couple of months to break the habit, and I finally did. And now I say Start Page it. And when people go, huh? Then it creates a wonderful opportunity to have that conversation. Yeah, well, Start Page will give you Google results without the tracking. Start Page it. And I'm trying to make that viral. Sure, when I say,
you know, just use the NSA spy grid Google. So I mean, literally, it's like...
At least let them know what it is. Absolutely. If they're going to use it, they ought to know what it is they're using. No kidding.
But think about it. I mean, I like my neighbor or whatever down the street, but I'm not going to want them looking into my private information when I'm, you know, they're looking up a medical issue or something. This is ridiculous that we've gotten this far.
But, you know, you can contrast that, Alex. As creepy as it sounds, I would almost rather have my neighbor down the street with a spy cam looking through my window, because at least that one particular person is going to get old, they're going to die, they're going to forget, they're going to move. It's just one guy. It's just one person.
This is a record for any government minion.
Right.
Take Obamacare, where all of your medical stuff is now given to the IRS.
That's right. So what you need to understand is they collect everything. They're not like a human who gets tired, goes to bed, takes a nap. They're collecting everything all the time.
Catherine Albrecht is our guest. We're going to come back with your phone calls. We've got a full house here. Alex Jones, Catherine Albrecht, Robert Beans, David Bodnick, founder of security and technical expert for StartPage, startpage.com. We'll be right back. The news websites are prisonplanet.tv and Infowars.com, or streaming video at prisonplanet.tv. Stay with us.
Strategic relocation is a systematic way to think strategically in the future about how do I safeguard.
Renowned author and expert Joel Skousen.
The U.S. isn't building huge underground bases and bunkers because of some terrorist threat. They know that a massive nuclear attack is coming. They want that attack to come.
Joel Skousen is renowned as one of the world's foremost experts in strategic relocation and the securing of your home.
What I tell people is that you do have time. We talk about natural disasters, the health environment. We talk about pollution, the water quality. My personal experience about being in every one of these states, most people won't even be ready and won't be able to get out of town because there'll be absolute panic.
There is no preparedness without strategy. This Christmas, give the gift of preparedness. Strategic Relocation, the film, with Joel Skousen and Alex Jones. Available only at InfoWarsShop.com or by calling 888-253-3139.
My name is Josh. One World Way is the best in the market, hands down. I'm in the U.S. Navy, and I live a very active lifestyle. Being a vegetarian, it's hard getting all the protein I need. I tried the vegan protein powders, and I just wasn't feeling any change. The Meathead supplement store whey protein kind of worked for a bit, but it left me feeling bloated, and my digestion seemed to slow down. By some divine stroke of luck, I heard a commercial of One World Way on the radio, and it struck my interest. I have to tell you, I am so glad I got it. I have been taking it for a week, and the results are amazing. I don't feel tired when I have to get up at 4:30 a.m. I look and feel better. I recover faster from my 2 workouts a day. When I don't have time to eat good food, I take it, and I don't feel the urge to stuff my face for hours. I got up this morning, and I looked the leanest I've looked since high school. I can go on and on. The best I can do to repay you is buy more and tell my friends.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldwhey.com.
Hi, this is Peter Cronschnabel from Midas Resources. As you know, the federal government spending is at an all-time high, and inflation will be a direct result of the spending policy. European government and central bank spending policies have put the European Union on the brink of collapse. What are you doing right now to protect yourself financially? Are your assets working for you or against you? One thing is certain. Having physical possession of gold and silver will guarantee that no matter what happens to our economy or the dollar, your investment will never be worthless. And it will protect you from that hidden tax, inflation. If you've been thinking about investing in physical possession of precious metals or having an IRA in precious metals, I can help. Call me today, Peter Cronschnabel at 800-686-2237, extension 108. And I'll take the time to personally put together a portfolio designed to protect what you've worked so hard for. Call 800-686-2237, extension 108. You've worked hard your whole life, and I want to work hard for you. Call Peter at 800-686-2237, extension 108.
In more ways than one, it's going to be a November to remember. Going on now, and just in time for the holidays, Emergency Essentials offers a huge Mountain House sale only at BePrepared.com. All Mountain House cans are 20 to 32% off. For example, a can of Mountain House Chili Mac, regularly $25.49, is now only $17.24. Scrambled eggs with bacon, usually $31.89, now only $21.56. And save 26% on a 3-day emergency kit, or save $123 on a 1-month supply of freeze-dried and dehydrated foods. Gift shoppers, check out the Katadyn Vario water filter at 26% off, or get special pricing on the Gerber suspension multi-tool and the Volcano stove collapsible cooking combo. For details, call 800-999-1863 to experience exceptional customer service and Emergency Essentials low price guarantee. But hurry, the November to Remember sale ends November 30th. That's 800-999-1863. The choice is clear. Be unprepared or BePrepared.com.
From deep in the heart of FEMA Region 6, Austin, Texas, transmitting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
That's right. Here come fleets of Google spy drones, and here comes the fleets of their little vehicles worldwide. They're robot cars. They're going to start lobbying now to not let humans drive and make your car be robot-driven. That's going to be the next phase of the technocratic takeover. Here's some of the articles at Infowars.com. Video, maniac cop knees kid in the head, screams, move so I can bleep you. How to end the tragedy in Gaza. New Ron Paul article up at Infowars.com. Pentagon boss announces expansion of drone and commando war in Africa. U.S. Army soldier arrested by police for asking questions. Benghazi populist resistance is... Brzezinski populist resistance is derailing the New World Order. That's just some of the stories up at prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com. Catherine Albrecht, Robert Beans, David Bodnick, they're all in studio. Well, these two fellows are in studio. She's almost in studio via video Skype. We're going to talk more about some of the key things they think you should know, but we're going to take your phone calls right now. Clayton, calling in from Canada. You're on the air. Who are you addressing your question to, sir?
Anyone actually.
Go ahead.
Just the start page, folks. So I basically discovered the internet through Google and noticed very early on that things didn't really pop up the way I was searching for them. So I'm very happy that you guys have given us like an alternative that also gives us the same, value of service, I guess. But basically, I just want to say on the whole thing of like privacy and basically, I was actually wrongly arrested at one point for armed robbery, and the whole thing did not make any sense. So the whole, NWO kind of having their hands and everything definitely is apparent. Basically, they came to my front door. They said, you're under arrest. They didn't just say, we're going to take you in for questioning. They just, right off the bat, you're going in, and pretty much it seemed to me they were just looking for evidence that we couldn't use against them to keep us safe, basically.
I hear you, Clayton. I appreciate your call. I mean, I wonder if there's a question there, but I'm glad you like startpage.com. Thank you. George in Connecticut, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. I just got a new computer with a new operating system, which drives me crazy. It looks like they're looking for information 100 different ways they never did before is one. And two, is there another way to download something that's light Outlook that keeps your privacy? Because I don't want to give Microsoft my information, especially my address book and all that great stuff.
Yeah, the biggest thing is I wouldn't use Microsoft. You should use an open source GNU or Linux. I mean, by doing that, you move more and more away from all these big proprietary globalist companies. Let's get David's take on that because you're the tech expert.
Yeah, email is such an important question, and what we've been doing, it's not ready yet. Unfortunately, it will be soon, as we've been putting together startmail.com to give you that private email service, an email service that is encrypted so that we don't know what you would have in your email. And I think that's a really interesting take on it, which is that with most email with basically all email services, all of your emails are in databases that hopefully somebody has goodwill and enough security barriers to keep other people out. But to the extent that you can make an email service where the people running it don't know what it is that you're emailing and getting emails for.
Yeah, let's be clear. Google on record, and so does Yahoo, all of them, they read everything. They have AI computers scanning it and keywords and putting it all in databases.
Yeah, and one of the reasons they do that is they're building these enormous profiles on you so that when you're reading about something, when you're searching and emailing about something, they can show you an advertisement that's just about that at that particular second.
And that's how they finance the slavery, but that's only one level to it. Catherine, do you have any comments on what the caller brought up?
Yeah, I think what people need to realize is when you are using a Microsoft product, you're using a product that's by a company that's known to be after as much data about you as they can get. I have some family members who recently got a Microsoft computer, and every other time you turn around, it was saying, would you like us to report this information back to Microsoft? I'm like, no, I don't need you reporting where I've gone and how I've used my computer. Thank you very much. So I am definitely a big believer in using Linux, as you recommended, Alex, and also, Mac. As much as I don't love Apple, the